Hello friends, good morning. Here I am at the Strathmore Homeless Shelter in Strathmore, Alberta, Canada with Pastor Elizabeth Karp, our team, Elder Al Folden, Pastor Vicki Mitchell from Virginia Beach, and Pastor Susan Fowler from Douglasville. And so here we are at the shelter. We spent the night here last night. We arrived in Canada. It was really cold, freezing cold. Lots of snow on the ground, beautiful. And then we came to the shelter. We wanted to give our dear friend Pastor Elizabeth the night off and to spend a few nights here and to give her a rest. It was our first experience in trying to coordinate something like this where the homeless were here, men and women, and then those that came in during the night. Two emergency situations during the night where one man, his truck had broke down and there was no shelter, and they came in the middle of the night and they found kindness and they found food and they found warmth. We slept here. This is our home for the next few days. There's all the places that people can come, and then we fed a breakfast this morning and then fixed a sack lunch, and they'll go out through the day and look for employment and look for ways to benefit under the guidance of Pastor Elizabeth to get their lives back in order, or in order maybe even for the very first time, and she's assisting them in doing that. And so here we are, taking care of just the very basics and forming just in the last 12 hours a bond with people, because there's a basic humanity of just needing shelter and just needing food and just needing warmth, especially warmth. In fact, a First Nations person froze to death right down the road just last week. It was a shame that they weren't here, that they didn't have shelter. So we're so thankful. We love Pastor Elizabeth. We believe in what she's doing. It's amazing work that she's doing. She's so self-sacrificing, taking care of the church, pastoring her church here, and then leading the community here in Strathmore. And so we want to support her. Tonight is a very special night. It's called Out in the Cold. It's their annual meeting where people come and they're sponsored to walk 2 to 5 Ks. They're out in the cold. So it's going to be freezing cold tonight, and these people are going to realize what it feels like to be out in the cold, walking, not having shelter. And so they're raising sponsorship. Our team is a support team. We're going to be cooking, having soup, having things ready for them when they come back, and loving on them and praying for people. But we want to raise support for our team, for what we're doing, to make a substantial donation to the shelter here. We don't want to leave without doing that. It is very, very important. The love of God's here. The presence of God is here. Pastor Elizabeth is a dear friend to many of you that I'm talking about. So I'm asking you right now to just prayerfully consider making a donation today. Do it today, because the walk is this evening, and we want to just really bless her socks off. Ben Peter sent me a message right before we got here, and he said, so thankful you're going to be with Pastor Elizabeth. Now bless her socks off. So we want to do that. We want to bless this shelter in this place and the work that she's doing. So I just ask right now that you consider donating to the GoFundMe page. And we love you. We just give God praise and we give him glory. In Jesus' name.